Okay, hey y'all. Alright, this is part 2 of chapter 3. Okay? Alright. The tribute train is fancier than even the room in the Justice Building. We are each given our own chambers that have a bedroom, a dressing area, and a private bathroom with hot and cold running water. We don't have hot water at home unless we boil it. There are drawers filled with fine clothes, and Evie Trinket tells me to do anything I want, wear anything I want, everything is at my disposal. Just be ready for supper in an hour. I peeled off my mother's blue dress and take a hot shower. I've never had a shower before. It's like being in a summer rain, only warmer. I dress in a dark green shirt and pants. At the last minute, I remember Madge's little gold pen. For the first time, I get a good look at it. It's as if someone's fashioned a small golden bird and then attached a ring around it. The bird is connected to the ring only by its wingtips. I suddenly recognize it. A mockingjay. They're funny birds and something of a slap in the face to the Capitol. During the rebellion, the Capitol bred a series of genetically altered animals as weapons. The common term for them were mutations, or sometimes mutations, or sometimes mutts for short. One was a special bird called a jabberjay that had the ability to memorize and repeat whole human conversations. They were homing birds, exclusively male, that were released into regions where the Capitol's enemies were known to be hiding. After the birds gathered words, they'd fly back to the centers to be recorded. It took people a while to realize that this was going on in the districts, how private conversations were being transmitted. Then, of course, the rebels fed the Capitol endless lies, and the joke was on it. So the centers were shut down and the birds were abandoned to die off in the wild. Only they didn't die off. Instead, the jabberjays mated with female mockingbirds, creating a whole new species that could replicate both bird whistles and human melodies. They had lost the ability to enunciate words, but could still mimic a range of human vocal sounds, from a child's high-pitched warble to a man's deep tones. And they could recreate songs, not just a few notes, but whole songs with multiple verses if you had the patience to sing them and if they liked your voice. My father was particularly fond of mockingjays. When we were hunting, he would whistle or sing complicated songs to them, and after a polite pause, they'd always sing back. Not everyone is treated with such respect, but whenever my father sang, all the birds in the area would fall silent and listen. His voice was that beautiful, high and clear, and so filled with life, it made you want to laugh and cry at the same time. I could never bring myself to continue the practice after he was gone. Still, there's something comforting about the little bird. It's like having a piece of my father with me, protecting me. I fastened the pin onto my shirt, and with the dark green fabric as a background, I can almost imagine the mockingjay flying through the trees. Evie Trinket comes to collect me for supper. I follow her through the narrow rocking corridor into a dining room with polished panel walls. There's a table where all the dishes are highly breakable. Peter Millark sits waiting for us, the chair next to him empty. "Where's Hymach?" asked Evie Trinket brightly. "Last time I saw him, he said he was going to take a nap," says Peter. "Well, it's been an exhausting day," says Evie Trinket. I think she's relieved by Hymach's absence, and who could blame her? The supper comes in courses: a thick carrot soup, green salad, lamb chops, mashed potatoes, cheese and fruit, and a chocolate cake. Throughout the meal, Evie Trinket keeps reminding us to save space because there's more to come. But I'm stuffing myself because I've never had food like this, so good and so much, and because probably the best thing I can do between now and the games is put on a few pounds. "At least you two have decent manners," says Evie as we're finishing the main course. "The pair last year ate everything with their hands like a couple of savages. It completely upset my digestion." The pair last year were two kids from the seam who'd never, not one day of their lives, had enough to eat. And when they did have food, table manners were surely the last thing on their minds. Peeta's a baker's son. My mother taught Prim and me to eat properly, so yes, I can handle a fork and a knife. But I hate Evie Trinket's comment so much, I make a point of eating the rest of my meal with my fingers. Then I wipe my hands on the tablecloth. This makes her purse her lips tightly together. Now that the meal's over, I'm fighting to keep the food down. I can see Peeta's looking a little green too. Neither of our stomachs is used to such rich fare, but if I can hold down Greasy Say's concoction of mice meat, pig entrails, and tree bark, a winter specialty, I'm determined to hang on to this. We go to another compartment to watch the recap of the reapings across Panem. They try to stagger them throughout the day so a person can conceivably watch the whole thing live, but only people in the Capitol can really do that, since none of them have to attend reapings themselves. I'm sorry, y'all, I can't read. One by one, we see the other reapings, the names called, the volunteers stepping forward, or more often not. We examine the faces of the kids who will be our competition. A few stand out in my mind. A monstrous boy who lunges forward to volunteer from District 2, a fox-faced girl with sleek red hair from District 5, a boy with a crippled foot from District 10, and most hauntingly, a 12-year-old girl from District 11. She has dark brown skin and eyes, but other than that, she's very like Prim in size and demeanor. Only when she mounts the stage and they ask for volunteers, all you can hear is the wind whistling through the decrepit buildings around her. There's no one willing to take her place. Last of all, they show District 12, Prim being called, me running forward to volunteer. You can't miss the desperation in my voice as I shove Prim behind me, as if I'm afraid no one will hear it and they'll take Prim away. But of course they do hear. I see Gail pulling her off me and watch myself mount the stage. The commentators are not sure what to say about the crowd's refusal to applaud. The silent salute. One says that District 12 has always been a bit backward, but the local customs can be charming. As if on cue, Heimlich falls off the stage and they groan comically. Peeta's name is drawn and he quietly takes his place. We shake hands. They cut to the anthem again and the program ends. Evie Trinket is disgruntled about the stage her wig was in. Your mentor has a lot to learn about presentation, a lot about televised behavior. Peeta laughs unexpectedly. He was drunk, says Peeta. He's drunk every year. Every day, I add. I can't help smirking a little. Evie Trinket makes it sound like Heimlich just has somewhat rough manners that could be corrected with a few tips from her. Yes, he hisses Evie Trinket. How odd you two find it amusing. You know your mentor is your lifeline to the world in these games, the one who advises you, lines up your sponsors, and dictates the presentation of any gifts. Heimlich can well be the difference between your life and death. Just then, Heimlich staggers into the compartment. I missed supper, he says in a slurred voice. Then he vomits all over the expensive carpet and falls into the mess. So laugh away, says Evie Trinket. She hops in her pointy shoes around the pool of vomit and flees the room. Okay, y'all, that's the second part of Chapter 3. I will be back with another video for Chapter 4. Hopefully, then I won't be so tongue-tied and you'll be able to understand me better. Anyway, I hope y'all are enjoying. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.